we on? Hey, yes we are. G'day, hello. Let's just give it 30 seconds so that the machine can catch up to the human here. Bit of a different look today. I'm in here drawing. Just give this a sec. Someone really awesome is going to make a commitment to niching. If you can hear me, do you want to just give me a bit of a thumbs up or something? You can't really see my screen, but anyway, let's get cracking. Someone really awesome is about to go on the niche journey. Actually, there's a few of you, but I'm thinking about someone in particular. You know who you are. So I'm going to take you through a framework about going all in. And going all in means that you ignore everything else on your plate and that you stick to this framework and you follow it and you go all in. So let's fill this pyramid, shall we, with this business idea of yours, and let's make it happen. Because if we don't have a plan, then we can't do anything. All right. So the most important part is target. Who are we going to actually talk to? So when I niched, and I actually I saw a Facebook message in my Facebook memories earlier this week, and I was asking about tradies and who's a tradie and who can I talk to, because I want to see if this idea will roll, and that was 6 years ago. So I saw that this morning. That's pretty cool. So what do we need to do when we niche, and why we niche is because everything just gets easier. We pick one target audience. I'm just going to go shorthand there. Okay, one target audience. And we are delivering it to one person in particular. So let's zoom in here. We're looking at one hero that we're going to be speaking with. Okay, so we've got to pick. We've got to pick the hero. Okay. If we don't, then there are too many. Ooh. There are just simply too many customers to build a business around, and then every time you make a sale, your business changes, and it's far too difficult to reproduce the same thing again and again and again, which gets really profitable. So when you target a niche, then you can get real specific on exactly what they need, and then you can start talking directly to them. Okay, so second thing we need here is a product. Okay, so one target audience with one target product. Now, why do we say one target product? Because we can build a range of products here, but really, if we have one product that's going to be delivered to one target audience, then it's very easy to get straight into that marketplace. And selling becomes a no-brainer because there's just one thing and you are the absolute expert for that product, that target. And yeah, it's just a no-brainer, and they basically walk through the sales process with you, and you know it's really good. So one target audience. So you basically want easy. Delivering this product becomes super easy. Talking to this customer becomes super easy because you know exactly who they are because you've got the target, and you're talking directly to your hero. So you just want to create, when thinking about your target audience, who are they and what do they do and where do they hang out? And then you want to think about what's the most profitable product, or what's the thing that's going to help them the most. Because if you can help them like crazy help them, then you're going to be able to really scale quite quickly. They're going to be able to they're going to be able to pick you up and pass you on to their friends, which just happened for me this morning with my niche. So it just keeps happening, okay? So the thing here is it's very easy to create like multiple products, but when you have one product, you can multiply the sale again and again and again. So again, your target audience, there just needs to be one. And you just want to build one hero product for that absolute, whatever, hero audience. So think about who you want to target and what is the one thing that's going to make the biggest difference to their business, and then let's build a product around that. Okay? We obviously want one conversion tool. And we want one conversion tool, we want one conversion path, because we want to be able to just get right in there. We want to talk to one person with one product and just get right in there. So what I mean is, like, we're going to go all in on Facebook, or we're going to go all in on LinkedIn, let's say. Like, we're going to go all in on just one conversion tool, and that way it's really easy to see, if this thing's actually working, because we're spending enough time in it. So, for example, we could be building out one webinar with your perfect product for your perfect hero. We could be building out, one event, like you could be running an event, or you could be going to the same event again and again and again, which is what I did with my niche. And every time I went to the same event and this same community, I would turn up, show up. I'm more and more familiar because I keep turning up. I got a database every time I left that community. So it was very easy for me to build a database of people that I needed to talk to that were in my exact niche. So one conversion tool. So deliver on like one webinar or one event or one phone call that you have scripted. Like, think about the one thing that you're going to use to convert and get over the line with that person. So, like, for example, I have built a appointment funnel, which basically converts. And I work on it every week and try and see, where the conversion didn't happen or it did happen. I'm also about to build. I have built a webinar, which is going live later next week. So that is just, it's one sales message delivered over one webinar, going to that one type of customer, going to my database to help warm them up so they know who I am and how I can help them, basically. I sort of jumped the gun a bit here, but traffic source, yeah? One traffic source. So like I was saying before, going all in on LinkedIn or going all in on Facebook ads or going all in on email or like event or whatever it is. So you just want to look at one traffic source. You don't want to go across the entire island because you want to stay really succinct and you want to sort of be on the pulse in terms of what's working and what's not working, yeah? So we'll go over the top to the bottom here. But yeah, 1 year. So, sorry, let's put this in here. So you got to consider it like you've got one set of ad costs. You've got one set of one lead source. I shouldn't say lead source, but yeah, you got one traffic source that you just really, really focused on, yeah. And of course, it takes like 1 year. Like you've got to really invest. You've got to really invest your time in to make sure that you can really dig your heels in and work on this niche for one entire year. So I feel like I'm like going over this way too fast, right? The object here is that you don't get distracted by any shiny objects. You just spend 1 year doing exactly this. All right, so let's go over this again and let's put some context to this, right? So using my niche, my tradies niche, for example, right? So in 2013, something like that, I picked tradies as my niche. So let me maybe mark it in orange. That'll do. So tradies. That is my niche. So what is a tradie? It's like a plumber, electrician, a builder. It's air conditioning. It's a tradesman. So that's basically my niche. And I built an entire business a whole new website on this. So why don't I actually crank this thing up so you can see me, because I'm sort of done with the drawing. Now I can just focus on the thingo, on the sheet. So one audience. I just wanted to work with tradies, and that was it. So how did I work out my target audience? So I looked at all my clients that I'd previously worked with, and I built an entire list, and then I segmented them, and I went, right, where do you belong? So there was a lot in that trade niche, and that's why I went, you know what, stuff this, rip the band-aid off. I come from tradies, like my entire family are tradies, so why not, work in the area that you feel most comfortable with and you feel most passionate about? Because obviously when you're doing something and you're not passionate about it, it becomes very onerous. So it's good to have a passion about your niche. And it's good that you want to make a difference to your niche, and gives you a purpose and your why. Yeah. So how did I build my niche, or how did I choose my niche is the most common question I get. And it's basically comes down to a survey of all my clients. There was 35% of my clients were all tradies. So it was a bit of a no-brainer, pretty easy to go, yep, let's go all in on tradies. Now, I did build an entire website just for my tradies, so tradies get online, because I didn't want to just do it haphazardly, and I didn't want to just dip my water in. I wanted to dip my entire body in the ocean. So I was like, stuff it, let's just do this. And so I ripped the band-aid off, and I built an entire site. And I mean, it was homepage, it was packages, it was contact, it was about, and I went to market. That was it. Then I went to all these events, all the community events, and built a database. So, you can definitely just put a page on your site, and you can use that and get around and start having those conversations with people if you're not sure where you're going to lay, if you're not quite ready yet, or, if you just want to spend 10 minutes and do the damn thing, then that should pretty well solve that problem. So, yeah, however, I guess you consider this, but think about what you're passionate about. Survey your existing customers. There might be some really awesome customers that you've been working with, and you just want to see them again and again and again. That's a good idea of a niche. It doesn't have to be as specific as sort of tradies. It can be, women in business that need, to get online, let's say. There's a niche right there. That's not specifically saying female coaches. It's just females in business. Pathway to customer is very easy because, business chicks, she business, raw, there's all these women's networking business things that you could then start attaching yourself to. So it's very easy to, there's already a runway of customers that you can just sort of jump on. So that's very cool. One product. So we built the Tradie Accelerate system. So we're building local tradie heroes, and it's just one thing. We take over the entire website, we take over the entire marketing campaign, and for 12 months we just work on your business, and we'll get you ranked locally. So we've been doing this for so long. Then I built one product for it and then went to market, and it's very easy for the customer to understand exactly what's going on, like what I'm doing. It's, all my documents are clear. I don't have 3 tiers or anything anymore. It's just one product. Because it's just it's just one, I'm just going to do this and you're going to get this. Is that what you want? And, sort of out the door we go. So, very cool from a one product perspective. Conversion tools. So I am testing a bunch here right now. So that webinar that I've got is my tradies webinar. So sorry, my head's down. So I built a PowerPoint and some slides, and then just shot that to QuickTime. And then I bought Easy Webinar, and I've set that all up. It's actually live already. I just want to make sure I go over it before it goes officially live. Excuse me. But there was events that I went hard in for years. So there's a bunch of industry bodies, the builder's body, there's a plumbing body, there's an electrical body, there's general trades business bodies. But I would pay and turn up to these events, and then I would get a database at the end of the day. I would be talking to my exact customer, so that was really awesome. And then I would generate some results and go out and see some people. So, I love the event thing. There's also a way that, I mean, of course, you could run an event for $50 in, you know, I know a gentleman that's doing it on Saturdays here in Melbourne and Brizzy, and he gets a bunch of people in a room, $50. Let's talk about your business. Let's see how we can help you, and then you can sign up on the day. So those events are really good, and I think the closing rate for those are about 20%. So that's very cool. I've also got this awesome appointment funnel, which basically allows me to make sure I understand what's going on in the business, if I'm the right fit, and then they can call and book in, and they can have a meeting together, and we can then work out exactly, can I help this person? Yes. Perfect, let's go, kind of thing. So that's cool. Traffic. So I went all in actually on Facebook Live. So I basically went live every single week and developed a relationship with these people. And on my Instagram and on my Facebook, I have so many conversations with people saying, oh my God, I saw you live. Like, I watch all your YouTube videos. Like, I have a voicemail from someone who basically, you know, just wanted to sign, doesn't know what it costs or anything yet, but they just know that I'm the tradie specialist, and I have a system in place, and it's clearly working because people are buying from me more than once and telling their friends about it. So it's just really, I don't know, it's like, but that was awesome. Like, just going live every single Tuesday was, yeah, really ramped up the business. So that was like my, my on-ramp. So that's, I mean, very easy to replicate. You could go live every week. LinkedIn's about to have a live function, so if you're looking for more corporates, you could literally go live in LinkedIn every single week. I mean, that would be amazing from a strategy perspective. For my SC program, I've got some ads going up to create awareness, so that's cool. And that's just my one traffic source. It's my one sort of lead source. And yeah, like, no shiny objects. I'm when I get on a roll, I get pretty deep into it, and really setting yourself up for this. Let's make this nice and thick. The going all in. Really setting yourself up and just like going, nah, that is it. I'm going to work with X, and the product I'm going to sell is X, and I'm going to go, my sales machine or my conversion tool is this. I'm going to use this traffic source, so I'm going to go live every week, or I'm going to make X amount of sales calls every week, and that's my sales pitch. You know, whatever your ad cost is, you're going to do that every week. And then literally just sit in there for a year. I mean, because it really takes 6 months for any marketing campaign to really understand. Cool. It really takes 6 months for you just to start making an impact with those people and building a tribe and a community and people understanding who you are. So knowing that, sure, I want this thing to happen, but it's not going to happen tomorrow. You've got to really create some awesome content. You know, some video content, some content like static, like images and stuff, and just start bumping into more and more people in that niche so that they get to know you and they tell their friends about you. And you really got to be dedicated for a year, because you can't just like throw the toys out of the cot in like 8 months and go, it's not working. It's like you might be so close, you know, like you're like right there on your niche, but you're not quite the person yet. But you gave up. It's like you got to go all in. That's why I named this thing the going all in framework, because you just want to burrow your head in the sand and just like be stubborn as and only say yes to this kind of work. So let's summarize. Yeah. So one target audience. So I chose the tradies niche because I had a massive passion about tradies, and my whole family are tradies. Okay, I knew the hero really well. So think about the hero, and this is something that a client said to me, oh wow, you really know your niche really well. I'm like, yeah, I know my niche really well. I know exactly my hero client. I know exactly where they hang out. I know what type of magazines they watch. I know what they do on the weekend, jet skiing, or fishing, all that fun stuff. So there's some camaraderie there. I built my absolute best product, so I made it super simple, because again, like, marketing is so difficult to understand for people that aren't in marketing. So I just made it really simple, that we're just going to do this, and you're going to get this. Is this what you want? Like, is this the result that you want? Brilliant. I need 12 months, and then you will be number one in your local area. You'll be the local hero trading. So that was my product. Again, my conversion tool, so I went live every single week. I've also got a webinar that I'm doing. I built my appointment funnel for it too, so they can get on the roadmap. They can get on the tarmac. And then, yep, I looked at traffic. Where am I going to generate some leads from? And I looked at one source and just focused on one source, went all in. Even Instagram. I sat on Instagram for a long time and just like chatted with people and like built relationships so that I'm a real person. And that generated some great work as well. And I have been doing this for more than 1 year, definitely. So I really hope this helps. And I really hope that this helps you go, you know what, I'm going all in on my niche. Like I've been kind of considering niching, but I'm not really sure if it's going to work for me. Well, you can be one to many and go super wide and be everybody's expert, and it's really hard to market. Like, hey X, do you want X? Like, when you have a niche, you know exactly what they need, you can build the exact product for them, and you can find them faster because you know they all hang out in the one area. When you go wide and you work with anyone, well, A, you're not the expert. B, you're never going to be the authority on everyone because you're kidding. That's impossible. You're far better to be niched and be the authority for one marketplace. And then once you're the superstar, you can, of course, go wider. But you want to go in really narrow first. I forgot to mention, too, when I did go super narrow, it was like this beacon of light. I had calls from everybody in the niche saying, hey, I want to work with you. Like insurance companies for tradies contacted me and were like, hey, we obviously have a massive list of tradies. We need some help. In the marketing space, can you be our partner? I'm like, of course I can be a partner. Of course I can come and speak at your events. So yeah, I'm just reading your comment. This has been really helpful. I just need to work who I'm going to target. Yeah. So who are you going to target is probably the hardest thing. Yeah. You can survey your customers, and look at, as a whole, who are your customers and who are you working with? And, have you got like a big bulk of customers already in that niche? You can look at your 4 best customers and you go, what makes them a really good customer? And then build a niche around that. You can consider what you're passionate about. So you might be really passionate about dogs, for example. So you could be the go-to dog specialist. I help pug vets connect with pug owners. Like that's an awesome niche, but it's really specific. So it's really easy to build, and it's really easy to see that pug people are crazy. They wear t-shirts, like they wear pug socks. I've got pug pajamas. So that's another way to do that. Gosh. Just think about like your perfect customer is a really great way to then consider how I'm going to duplicate that customer, and what did I do for that customer and what worked and how did I package it up for that person, and then you consider naming that product a thing, because then people buy things, they buy things that are branded and named, so you want to name it, and then just start getting out there with your market and see how they play. And how they listen to you. Like I've got a new message out and I shot it over to some friends and they were like, yep, that actually works. And I feel like you're talking directly to me. So that's perfect. I'm going to keep pushing that message out. So that's 20 minutes of niching. So, I hope that was helpful. And I wish you all the best. All right. Adios, amigos.